Next, the Jack Besh pick. That is the second round pick, and I think this is where we'll go here, right? With Besh. Before we continue, all right, look at you. Now all of a sudden you want to do something. Okay, so with Jack Besh, right? With Jack Besh, we have a lot of mixed reviews, right? A lot of mixed reviews on how we feel about Besh. When he was selected, I seen some people say, "What the fuck?" I seen some people say, "I'm good with it," and I seen some people be all in between. Before I look at y'all comments, I'm gonna just give my take. I like this pick. I like this pick. I like this pick. Some people say he went too far, right? Too far. Or too high, right? He went too high. But you know, we must remember context that we traded back twice, right? We traded back twice. I am of the belief that if Jaden Higgins would have got there at 37, we would have picked there. I'm of that belief. We would have probably picked Jaden Higgins had he would have fell to 37. But remember, you got to remember, bro, especially when you watching all these other people and all this extra shit, context matters, especially if they're not Raider people. Context matters. One of the better receivers that we could have taken was taken off the board before we even got there, right? Which was Jaden Higgins. I believe, who else? And I do believe that Ibuka left too. Ibuka went, right? He's gone. You look at Higgins, who was the next best one. He's gone, right? So I would have to look at the board a little bit more extensively. But I know that the guys that were there that we could have targeted for at least receiver, Luther Burden, I believe, taken, right? Luther Burden taken. So, and even so, right, with Luther, I liked Luther, but I even said it from the beginning. We didn't need that body receiver, right? And when I say that, I'm saying he's like, what, 6 foot, 180 something? It's Trey Tucker. We don't need that. We need bigger bodies in both the corner room and the receiver room. Like and everybody just wants to stockpile the small guy. Our whole receiver room can't be small, right? If Jacoby Myers is our tallest goddamn receiver, it's a problem. It's a problem. We need more than that. So again, I wasn't tripping off the Luther Burden pick. He's talented, but it's like, all right, bro, like we didn't need that skill set, right? Didn't need that skill set. So the only directions that you would go, right? Only directions you would go. Now you could have said Will Johnson if that was your pick, but for me, bro, I've already said it. I'm not taking no injury prone player before the draft. I'm not doing that shit no more. So now you look at the receivers. We're strictly talking on that. You had Trey Harris there, and then you had Jack Besh. For me, and again, we traded back twice, but for me, bro, I believe Jack Besh is a more consistent player. Now, do you get more splash with Trey Harris? Yes, 100% you do, because he's quicker, little more athletic, right? So, you know, you'll be able to get a little more flash and splash from Trey Harris. But we got to remember this as well. Trey Harris has durability concerns as well. This is something that you go through with the evaluation. I went through. I'm like, okay, he gets nicked up a tad. He does. He gets nicked up a tad. Secondly, Besh's hands are better. One drop, whole season. I don't know just how many drops Trey Harris has, but it's more than one. I'll tell you that right now. It's more than one. So then you look at that. Is he a better route runner? Yeah, I don't know if Besh is a completely better route runner, but it's close enough. And that's the thing. If you're picking these kind of guys, you're like, all right, one's a little bit more consistent with his hands. One is definitely more durable. One is going to block when it comes to the run game and what we're trying to implement and take care of. And we know we got that dog mentality, right? And if they're similarly graded players, you're going to take the guy that, for me, is more consistent, better hands, and has the mentality we looking for, right? So that's why I like this pick, because for me, Trey Harris and Besh are kind of like, I like Trey Harris, but it's a little like, as far as grades for me, similar, right? Similar. And we'll see who does better. Now, you got Trey Harris, we got them Justin Herbert, so he might do a little something, right? Might do a little something. But we definitely gonna see that. But for me, Besh brings to the room. Now let's talk about expectation. And before we start talking about expectations, right? Let me go ahead and see what y'all talking about real quick, because hey, and this is the difference, man. This is what I always want to do with the rundown, right? With this show, we not only gonna talk about how we feel about it, but we're gonna talk about also the football aspect. What is he gonna bring, right? What does he bring? What did he play? Why are we grading these things, right? Because you can always tell who's really like watching the team and who's really watching what we need. You can tell that. It's easy, right? Especially when we start talking football like this, right? So let's see what we talking about, man. So okay, FBA event. We got Dominique in the building, man. What's good? What up, Nick? What up? Nav man, what's going on, man? Genty said in the presser he expects 30 carries a game. He's probably not getting that, but if he gets that, so be it. Hey, we drafted him top 10 overall. Life on the line, soldier. You on the front lines, baby. You on the front lines. It is what it is. My guy, man, family. What's up, Chris? What's the deal, man? What's the deal? FBA Vin says Pete and John said they're in win now mode. I didn't like this pick. We could have gotten Burden. Yeah, see, and again, like I already said, like he's the body style is just not what I would just not what I would look for in this room. Now we start talking about again expectation. Let's talk about expectation now. I think he's starting off rip. Let's just say that over. He's starting off rip. There's no. Let's not even make that no secret. We ain't got no tension in it. The man's starting. All right. I don't care what anybody feels about it. Because if you look at the room again, and this is why I love this show. We highlighted it before. Look at the room. Alex Bachman, Ramel Keaton, who is now released. Who else? Kyle Phillips. A number of people. I don't even know if what's his name is. Wilkerson is still there. There, bro. Like we said it multiple times, bro. If Jacoby goes down, God forbid, Trey Tucker go down, God forbid, we're screwed. It's over, right? It's over. So right now you have the different skill set. Now you add something in the room where now I can pull my 3 receiver sets out, and I ain't too mad now. I ain't too worried, right? Because I got my route runner, Jacoby, I got my deep threat, and then I got my rebounder. Right. So we have this now. We have varying skill sets, and I'm saying Besh is the rebounder. Now he is 6'1", and some people will say, well, he's not going to go up and get that. But indicative, like the height is not indicative of is he winning these contested catches. Right. There are, and shameless plug, make sure you guys tap in tomorrow for my show with my guy Machiavelli. Thursday for blunts and breakdowns tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be breaking down Dante Thornton and Jack Besh. And tomorrow, y'all are going to see the examples of the contested catches where his hands in these situations are crazy. 3 dudes around him, right? And he still somehow has the hands and the body control to take some of these catches in. It's wild, right? And again, you're talking like he's 6'1", but he's a big dude, bro. He's a big dude. Like, so not the average corner is just going to be able to put his hands on him, move him around. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just not going to happen. I like this pick for the physicality it brings to the wide receiver room, because we was a little light in the ass, right? Like and as much as I like Jacoby, this is my problem. There was multiple times last year where you can tell, and y'all tell me if I'm lying. Again, y'all tell me if y'all disagree if I'm lying. You can tell certain defenses said we're going to get up in their shit today. As far as the receivers, there were certain times we played last year and on offense, you could tell them corners, the defensive coordinator said, yeah, them receivers, we're going to get up in their shit today. We're going to get in their face today. And they was playing that press. They was playing that man. And there was times where it was tough for our receivers to get off the ball last year. No more bully shit this year, bro. Not with Besh. You're not just going to come out there and just bully Besh off the line and all that. Like, so that's what I like that it brings to the room as well, man. And there are times last year I did not like that. I did not like seeing it. But you know, now we have some versatility in the room to say, okay, you want to play physical today. Bet. Let's throw our crew out there, right? Where we can throw out a combination now of Besh, Brock Bowers, right? And that'll be and maybe another complimentary piece in there. Maybe if you want to throw somebody else, but we throw that out there, and I can put Besh on and my guy Bowers on one side. That's my fuck you up crew right there. Bet. You want your corners coming up, trying to press man, trying to box, right? You want to try to box in here? I'm gonna throw my people out there. We're gonna throw my dogs out there. They'll handle that. You know what I mean? I bet you won't press no more, right? And as soon as they beat that, right? As soon as they beat that, all right, cool. You want to play a little off? You want to play back there? Let Jacoby go to work, intermediate, right? As he does. All right. Now they feel like they got to come up, right? They don't want to press no more, but they feel like they got to come up. They can't get that much space. Cool. We got Dante Thornton. We got Trey Tucker. We go over the top. See what I'm saying now? Like, it's like, bro, now the varieties of skill sets in the room is just what I was looking for. And this is, now you could say we could have gotten another guy, but again, we went through the context, bro. Who else are you looking at that gives you the skill set that we require, right? Like that's just me. That's just me. So that's now, and this is the thing, right? I was cool with Besh before the draft. Before the draft, I was cool. Give me 1 second. Baby run down. Gotta go in his thing. Here, boy. You refuse to go to sleep, huh? Today, you just said, I'm not sleeping today. No, Daddy, I ain't sleeping today. All right. But yeah, man, you know, and it's just that I just like the versatility it brings. And I was cool with Besh before the draft. It wasn't my first choice, but I know some people are like, he went too early. For me, bro, like the late, you know, where he kind of went is where I'm at with it. I ain't gonna lie. So for me, I gave this a B+. I gave this a complete B+, man. I like the pick. I like that you traded down to get the pick. Now, if we would have picked him at 37, I don't like it as much. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it as much. But the fact you trade down to 58, a whole 20. You like that? I'm telling you, a whole 21 picks. I'm telling you, a whole 21 picks. Not bad. Not mad at all, bro. You know, I'm not mad at all. So let me see what y'all talking about, man. Think we could have got playmakers of all system players. Okay, yeah, it's true. My guy Turf, real quick. What up, Turf? What up? What up, man? Big Jack Besh fan. Watched him since high school. I'm an LSU fan as well. Was mad when he transferred out. Yeah, that's the next thing, bro. And then this is the thing. And I want Panda to kind of chime in a little bit. Why was he playing the hybrid tight end role at LSU? Like, if you watch him at LSU, like, the man playing goddamn like soft tight end. And then he goes to TCU and he starts doing more receiver stuff. So that's why I'm like, I think he's a little more versatile than we giving him credit for. I really do. I think he's got a little bit more of that versatility than we thinking about. But all right, I got you. Come on, all right. You saying you want to? All right, you want to be a part of the talk. I understand. I want to believe coaching will help us out in this regard. Last year, the team had zero violence in them from week 1 on, 100%. And you would hope, but at the same time, bro, you got to get some players out there that's willing to do, get down and dirty. And you know, a lot of times we can say like, yeah, you know, the coaching staff should do it, but hey, coaching staff ain't out there playing. You feel what I'm saying? Coaching staff ain't out there getting their shit jammed in their chest. That ain't the coaches. At the end of the day, bro, you got to say, we just got to go out here. We got to play ball. That's just what it is. You feel me? Coaches ain't the one that's out there getting stopped for -1 yard when all we need is 1 foot. You feel what I'm saying? All we need is 1 toe to get over the line and get a first down. But shit, we can't even get that. It ain't the coach's fault sometimes, dog. You know? But I do agree, though, that there is at least a preaching of it. I would say there's a little bit more preaching of it, and I do believe a little bit more of the preaching of it. Oh, forgot Michael Mayer. Then we send Mayer out there to block as well. Hey, man, I appreciate that, Nav. Look at that. See what I'm saying? If I give you the crew, Mike Mayer, Brock Bowers, Jack Besh, we gonna fuck you up. That's just what it is. I'm sending my white boys out there to fuck you up, and we gonna do our thing, dog. Yeah, we gonna do our thing, bro. I like that. I like that. Yes, sir. Off of play action with Genty. Uh-huh. My guy Mike, man. Brody, what's the deal? What's the deal with you, man? What's going on? I already plugged him in. Tomorrow, we got that Blunts and Breakdown. So make sure y'all tap in, man. So we already here. We continuing to go. We only done went through 2 goddamn players at this point. We already halfway through the show. I was hoping I wasn't gonna be super long-winded, but y'all know how this go, man. We gotta go in depth. We gotta talk real stuff.